Alberto Scorfano.
Luca Paguro.
Piacere. Girolamo Trombetta. It's a human thing. I'm kind of an expert.
What does it mean? The thing you just said?
Come on, I'll show you some more stuff.
Mother of pearl. You live up here?
Yeah, me and my dad. He's not even here a whole lot, so I pretty much just do whatever I want.
Isn't it dangerous?
Yeah, it's the best. Everything good is above the surface.
Like, what else?
Air! Gravity, also known as falling! The sky, clouds, the sun. Whoa, don't look at it. Just kidding. Definitely look at it.
How could my mother tell him about this town of bloodthirsty lunatics?
I still can't believe he would do this. It's not like him.
Just keep your guard up. There's gonna be land monsters everywhere.
Wait!
Today!
Land monster! It's me!
What? You scared the scales off of me!
Jeez, you're strong.
I'm sorry, I'm just a little on edge.
No, I needed that. It really woke me up. Wow, we look horrifying.
Ugh, gross. Come on, let's find our son.
Alberto represents kind of the freedom almost in Luca, and how Alberto can help Luca, you know, come out of his shell and try new things. And that's kind of the reason they become really good friends, is because, you know, Alberto is so eager that Luca needs to, you know, try this new stuff and do all this and do all that. And, you know, Luca obviously is timid, but at the same time, you know, he's really intrigued by it, and he really wants to venture out with his new friend Alberto. Luca and Alberto really want to get a Vespa. They have like a poster of it on the wall of their little fort base, and they actually end up making a little makeshift Vespa out of like planks of wood and like sheets of metal, and it's pretty dangerous, but they have a blast. They have a blast riding it all over the place. Julia is really outgoing, and, you know, she's a big adventurer, and she also loves learning, you know, about the world. And she only comes to Porto Rosso every summer, so she's kind of like, you know, more of an underdog when she comes there, you know. And I guess that's why she's a, you know, bigger target for bullying, and that's kind of why, you know, she feels for Luca and Alberto, because, you know, she kind of like sees herself in them. Emma Berman plays Julia, and she has this really cool voice, so that when she voices her character, it adds you know, a lot of personality to it, and it sounds amazing. Enrico is such a cool director to work with, because, you know, he's got a really playful, you know, directing style where, you know, we can just like mess around, and we get to do a lot of improv, which is my favorite, you know, and be able to do an improv in a Pixar film to, you know, add a new level of realism is a lot of fun to do, and I really like his directing methods.
Luca is about a boy who's curious and wants to see what it is like above the surface. He lives under the sea, and he's finding all these little bits and pieces, like little remnants of what humanity is like, and he is so eager to go explore. And he's got this curiosity, this burning curiosity. So he goes towards the surface, and he meets this boy named Alberto. And they become friends, and Alberto's kind of just like he's kind of a little bit of a motley little scoundrel guy. And so he's like, look at this thing. This is called a Vespa, and we're gonna build this together. And they both grow this obsession for this Vespa and getting a Vespa. And Alberto is totally like this free-spirited, super creative, curious guy. And he's not afraid of anything. He's fearless. And I think that inspires Luca to hone in on that of himself that he didn't really know was a part of him until he met Alberto. But he knew that there was something attractive about that quality. There's a lot of funny sequences. I love the dynamic between Luca and Alberto. It's kind of, they balance off each other really well. It's the two personalities are really unique and really special and really particular to each other. And comedically, it's like really perfect match. It's stunning. Okay, so the colors are so vibrant, and the color of the sea and the sparkliness of the sea, and the greatest thing one of the greatest things about this animation in this movie is that the food looks so good. The food looks so good, and the bike and the reds and the paint on the buildings and like the brick and everything's beautiful, and even the rain is beautiful, and the color of the sky and the trees. So bright and beautiful and colorful, it makes you feel so alive and immersed in the world. This movie, Luca, will, without a shadow of a doubt, transport you to this awesome, vibrant, lively summer in Porto Rosso in Italy. It's so immersive. Watching it, I felt like I was there. Well, because I technically was, but it's definitely such an epic ride, and being alongside Luca and Alberto and Julia, these crazy kids, this motley crew, and learning about themselves and about the area and about what they want, definitely makes you feel like you can relate.
Julia Marcovaldo is around 12 years old. She lives on the Italian Riviera, and she's a really awkward and goofy character. She's really determined, and I actually relate to her in some ways because we're both pretty outgoing, and we love to make new friends, and we like to learn new things and go on adventures. Oh, this whole film is just a fun adventure. I mean, one of my favorite parts is that we get to see the character transformation of Luca from like this shy kid at the beginning who just stays in the water and follows all the rules, this really rule-oriented kid. And then he becomes like this fun adventurer while still like staying true to his personality. Alberto is played by Dylan Grazer, and I love the confidence because like he teaches Luca lots of things, and while he may not be right, his character is just so convincing. I almost wanted to like change how I look at things and look at it through Alberto's lens because of how Dylan Grazer brought out that confidence. It was definitely really, really good. The story has some really great lessons to it, like never judge a book by its cover, and I hope both audiences, old and young, learn to silencio Bruno and go with their heart's desire and follow their dreams and challenge themselves to make new friends and accept others for who they are and not how they look on the outside.
I play Danielle. I play Luca's mom, and she's a fiercely loving, protective mother. She's trying very hard to protect her son from the unknowns around them and keep him safe. And she will stop at nothing to keep her son safe. And sometimes that means that she has to pull up her sleeves and get right in the middle of it, which is what she does. Luca and Alberto bond over the Vespa. It's all about the Vespa. They have Vespa fever. It's exciting. It's beautiful. It's sleek. It can take you anywhere. Alberto has this poster of it on the wall, and they dream about the Vespa and everything they could do. And they actually physically build their own Vespa, which is such a beautiful and great sequence. And they take it for many test drives. It's actually really, really cool to watch, but that's their dream. You know, they have this big dream, and the dream is to get to this Vespa. And once they have this Vespa, all their dreams will come true. They'll be able to ride it everywhere. My husband is played by the beautiful and talented Jim Gaffigan, who I worship and adore. Did a great job in playing a real despondent husband. He could have cared less about anything that Daniela said, but I know and love Jim very much, and boy, he makes me laugh. And he really made me laugh physically as a sea monster. I enjoyed his sort of out to lunch husband even more. God, he's funny. The film was made by Enrico Casarosa, who I worship and adore. I loved working with Enrico, and he so beautifully told me the story of this film and what he wanted to, this story about this boy's life that he wanted to bring out, and this idea of friendship. And not just that, but it was obvious his love of the Italian seaside and this period of time. And I think it's really, it's done in such a beautiful and loving way. I think it's really portrayed in this magical, sort of fantastical ideal of what childhood feels like, and what a time period is when you're looking at it through the lens of love. And he just made it such a joy to talk about.
Lorenzo is Luca's father, and he is well-intended. Unlike his probably overprotective wife, he is more detached and distracted and preoccupied with other things. So Luca's a balance. He's dealing with these two parental figures that have different philosophies and approaches. When Luca goes to the surface, he finds this new friend, Alberto. And what's so amazing about that is that Alberto really, is this friend that is probably the most perfect person for Luca to meet at this point in his life, and to challenge him and help him with some of his fears. But so they're kind of an odd pair, but they serve each other very well. Daniela, who plays my character's wife, is played by Maya Rudolph, and she's amazing. I mean, she's just great in everything she does. And what I think is so funny about Maya is that she gives Daniela a certain energy, but it's created in warmth. It's a coming of age story. It's a fish out of water story. It's also a story about friendship and also maybe growing away from friends. It's about finding your own path. That's what's so amazing, is it's about a lot of different things, and it'll hit with different people at different times in their lives. So I was very excited to see it because it really captures a childlike imagination and a love of learning.
The inspiration for Luca are multiple, but one of the core one is the summers I spent with my best friend, Alberto, when we were kids. I was around 12 when I met him, and I was a timid and shy kid, and he was a bit of a troublemaker, an extrovert. He was running around, always one new thing every day. So the experience of really having a lot of fun and being kind of out of my comfort zone with someone who's very different from me was something I really wanted to talk about. These friendships that at that kind of right age, when we're starting to kind of leave the comfort of the family, that challenge you, that kind of start making you find your identity. So that was really on a relationship side, I was really interested in talking about, meaningful, important friendship of our youth, and the way that they get so exalted during the summer, the fun time we had in summer. Luca really is about the coming of age of this boy who's very timid and shy, and how he meets this troublemaker, outgoing kid. And the friendship they form really kind of challenges Luca, but also really enables him to embrace his own curiosity. This is a kid who's very curious about the world around it, which is a major problem when you happen to be a sea monster with humans close by that could find you and kill you. So this is what these two kids have in common. They're very curious about their world, but this is a forbidden and dangerous world. So during the story, we find them going to this human town, you know, and really befriending a human girl named Julia, and they have this crazy adventure there. But really, the tricky thing here is, like, at what point is their secret going to be revealed? There's beautiful, beautiful Italian music from the 50s and 60s. It's very, very, has such a wonderful flavor. It's a little bit timeless. It's kind of a golden era of many things in Italy. Design, you know, when we went back to thinking about the vehicles, the beautiful Fiat Cinquecentos, the Vespas of the time, that just had these beautiful shapes. And cinema is the other side of this. You know, I absolutely love the neorealist and all that era. Is such a golden era of cinema between Fellini, De Sica. You know, I love those movies. So it just felt like there was a way, idiosyncratically, to kind of find a timelessness in a specific period. I think there's something so wonderful about that era that, to me, it could feel a little bit timeless, as opposed to having, you know, someone walking by with a smartphone. I just felt there was something about taking it a little bit out of time, and in this kind of idiosyncratic way, I think by choosing an old era, I think we're trying to achieve that. I'm really excited for people to get to visit Porto Rosso, especially in a moment like this where travel is so difficult. I really hope this is a big dive into a beautiful aqua green sea of a movie. I hope it can bring them some joy and happiness and a little nostalgia. And I hope that really, yeah, makes us think about the friendships that have helped us find ourselves. And maybe even think a bit about, like, you know, about people that might be different from us, that we might want to find more empathy toward. Those are the themes that we really try to put in our movie. And I hope people get really inspired. And the other side of this is we always hope to bring, you know, joy and emotion. So you hope that you touch people's hearts.
Sir! Maybe we should sleep on it! Why is his name Bruno?
Call him what you want. You just shut him up, okay? Say, Silenzio Bruno.
Silencio Bruno!
And then you go to page 10 and you're kind of like trying to, come on, louder!
Silencio Bruno! Silencio Bruno! Silencio Bruno! Silencio Bruno!
Can you still hear him?
I can only hear you!
Can you still hear him?
No! Just you!
He jumps over you, he smashes into the sea, and it looks like he's dead. So this is like, oh no.
He's dead! I killed him!
Slip. Oh!
Did you see me on the bike? Julia said, look up, and then all of a sudden, I was riding it. How about this? Take me, gravity! Because it'll be amazing. Every day, me and Alberto are going to ride someplace new. And every night, we'll sleep under the fish. Woohoo! Underdogs forever!
It's fine, I'm not human. It's fine, I'm not human. Here, hold this. Here, hold this. Right, walking. Don't worry, you're in luck. I basically invented it. Oh, it's just the greatest thing that humans have ever made. The Vespa. Oh, it's just the greatest thing that humans ever made. The Vespa. Yeah, I get one too sometimes. Alberto, you can't. Alberto, you're gonna die. Alberto, don't put that in your mouth. Luca, It's simple. Just don't listen to stupid Bruno. Just shut him up by saying, Silenzio, Bruno. Rules are for rule people. Andiamo! Andiamo! That's Bruno talking! That's Bruno talking! Go, Luca, go! Go, Luca, go!
Looking for your tail? Yeah. It's called Phantom Tail. You'll get used to it. Great! I mean, not great at all, but fine. Now, walking is just like swimming. Like, it's the same thing, but with no fins or tail. And also, there's no water. But otherwise, it's like the exact same thing.
Right? That's why we go to win. The town will cheer our names. Hercules' life will be ruined. See any fish?
Nice. And then, wait, but then where are all those?
Stars, like the sun. Giant, raging balls of fire. The stars are circled by planets. Look, that's Saturn. It's my favorite.
Nice. And this is the Italian. I'll give you a read. Look, that's Saturno. It's my favorite. El più bello.
Look, that's Saturno. It's my favorite. So, you boys aren't from around here, huh? Are you in town for the race? The Porto Rosso Cup? Dai, Luca, forza! Don't let him get in your head. You can do this. You can't swim. You can barely ride a bike. Siete un disastro. I mean, where are you from? You're not gonna catch me! Oh, guys, look! Underdogs forever! Aspetta. Can you dodge obstacles? What if an old lady crosses your path? We have 1 week to train. Pronti? Apposta?